Hello friends, welcome to another chair yoga video. I'm Nina and I'm really glad that you decided to join me today. I call these chair yoga videos because we always start and end sitting in our chair. But the focus of today's class is balance, so we will be doing a lot of standing. Balance serves everyone and it is a function of so many different systems in the body. Today we'll focus on three: the vestibular system, that inner ear, and how we're affected by the movement of our head, our eyes, and all of the information that they give us about our surroundings and where we are, and then our proprioceptive system, the sensory receptors that are in the muscles, the joints, and the tendons that help us discover where we are in space. So we're going to focus on those three aspects of balance today, and we will get started on our chair. So please join me. We'll get started in our chair. As always, I like to connect my feet to something. I'm using a block today, a yoga block. You could use a cushion, and we'll sit back in our chair. Just a brief reminder that if anything causes you to be dizzy or unsteady, stop. We don't want anyone to fall or do anything uncomfortable. So we're going to sit back in our chair. Let's connect our feet to the earth. Let's turn palms down and just take 3 breaths to get ourselves ready for yoga. Slow, smooth inhales and exhales. And as you continue with that slow, even breath, take a moment to check in with how your body feels today. And then we'll set an intention for our practice. We can stack those palms at heart center and select an intention, whatever it is that's important to you today. Just bring it to the front of your mind. Bring it into your heart. And then we'll release those hands back down to our lap. We'll take a circle with our shoulders. And let's move to the edge of our chair. So I'll move my block away because I really don't need that right now. I'm going to slide it underneath my chair. There we go. And put both feet on the floor. So I'm connected again very strongly to the earth. Feet are there. My sitting bones are strong on the chair. And we're going to start with those joint rotations, those real soft, smooth movements. Let's start with our hands and wrists. And this is how we access that proprioceptive system, right? Those sensors in the joints, in the tendons, in the muscles. So slow, easy movement. Let's go the other direction. Continue with the smooth breath. Imagine that we're in a really nice pool of water, exactly the temperature that we would like. So whether you want to be a little cooler, a little warmer, it's the right temperature for you. Maybe the circles get a little bigger now, moving into the elbows. Make sure you go in both directions. And then maybe opening and closing the elbows. I like to bring my fingertips to the shoulders and then extend. And you can do that forward or out to the side, moving into the shoulder blades a little bit as well. Now notice what's going on with your eyes. Are you just looking straight ahead? And if so, that's fine. Or are your eyes kind of wandering around the room? So whatever it is that you're doing, maybe switch it up now. So if your eyes were wandering, let's see if you can focus on a fixed point. And if your eyes were on a fixed point, perhaps we send them around the room now. And then we'll bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Let the elbows be wide and take a little backstroke here. Same thing, just kind of noticing what you're doing with your eyes. Notice how that makes you feel. So right now, I'm letting my head move with my shoulders. My eyes are looking all around the room. I see colors and shapes. I know what's close to me, what's far away. All kinds of interesting information getting into my brain. I'll do a couple forward strokes as well. And then pause for a moment, release those hands down to your lap, and notice how that all felt. What did it feel like to change what your eyes were doing, to move them or make them still? Now let's make our feet a little bit wider, just a little bit wider, and we're going to make some circles with the upper body. But this time, let's start with the eyes straight ahead. So eyes straight ahead, looking on a fixed point. These circles don't have to be big. We're just bringing some movement into the body. Go in the other direction. And then pause in the center. Nice tall spine. Now this next round, if it feels okay, we're going to let the head move with the body, and maybe your eyes are looking down and then up and around. So just notice how that might feel different than the first way. And then let your body go in the other way with your circles. These don't have to be big, right? We're not reaching for the ground. We're just bringing some movement and motion into the spine. And then come back to stillness. Pause and check in for a moment. Notice how you feel already. We'll bring those feet back together and let's look at our right foot. We can extend it in front of us a bit or keep it on the ground, whatever feels better. Turn the right foot at the ankle and you're watching it with your eyes. Turn it in the other direction. And then point and flex that foot. And then we'll pause. Now, pick up your head. Look around. We're going to perhaps, if it's accessible to you, bring your hands behind your thigh and you can straighten and bend your leg, or keep the leg closer to the ground. Just extend and bend, working into the knee. But let's keep our eyes moving now. What do we see around us? What information are we feeding into the body about where we are? And then we'll put that foot back down. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the edge of my chair, pick up that leg and make a few circles into my hip. You decide. Do you want your head to be still, looking straight ahead, or do you want to be looking around now? We'll circle the other direction. And then let's put that right foot down. Let's take a moment to notice how it feels different from the left leg. And let's move to the left foot now. So keeping our eyes on the left foot, let's pick up that ankle and turn it. Slow, easy movements. Again, we're in that pool of water that is exactly the right temperature for us. Go the other way. Maybe do a little pointing and flexing. And then we'll pick up the eyes, perhaps pick up that thigh, bend and straighten the leg. So your gaze might be looking around the room now, and it doesn't have to be big movements with your head and neck, but maybe your eyes are traveling a lot. And then we'll put that foot back down, sit up tall. We're moving to the hip now. Decide what you want to do with your eyes. Where do you want your gaze to be? And we'll make some circles into that hip. These aren't real big, just lubricating that joint. and then go the other way. And we'll put that foot back down on the ground, sit up tall, tune into sensations now in the body. Notice how those hips feel. Notice if we've evened out the legs. And we're going to move to standing now. Okay, I've moved to standing and I've moved my chair. You don't need to move furniture. You have plenty of space. You can just walk around the chair to get to where you need to be. If you need support today, that back of the chair in front of you is a great idea. So you can stand behind your chair, or a wall next to you might be another good idea. So keep that in mind. The chair is here to support us if we need it. But the very first thing I'd like us to do is just feel the connection of the feet to the floor. Stand up tall, crown of the head goes to the ceiling. And let's take those 3 breaths again. 3 slow and even breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep going. Okay. Now, wherever you are in relationship to your chair, we're going to go for a little walk. So I'm going to step to the end of my mat and just turn and look towards my chair and very, very slowly begin to walk. So be mindful of where things are. Notice how much work there is in walking super slowly. There's a lot of balance involved. This is why we need to practice balance, because if we want to continue to walk and move around in our world, we need to practice this. So take your time. Just notice what it feels like to go super slowly. And notice what's working physically. You can feel your feet touching the floor. Those ankles have to adjust. There's kind of work happening from the core. There's a lot of things happening here. So once we've finished our easy walk, let's come to stillness somewhere on the mat. Somewhere on the mat, feet straight ahead. And very gently, we're going to make some arm circles. Let's take both arms out. I'm taking mine out to the left and around and up. My eyes are straight ahead right now. My eyes are straight ahead. I'm just making some easy circles with my arms. Let it be within the range of motion that serves you. Let's go the other way now with those circles. Eyes are straight ahead. And then float the arms down. Now, what if we did the same thing, but track the hands with our eyes? So I'm going to take my hands and start to look at them as they move up and then down. My head's moving, my eyes are moving. Pause, go the other direction. Notice how this feels for you. Pause, check in. So a little different sensation when the eyes are still, when the head is still, and then the head and the eyes are moving. Now we're going to take a slightly wider stance. This is optional. You can do whatever you want. Knees are soft. But what if we take those arms up, look up, and then soften the knees a bit? So it's a little bit of a fold. We don't need to go down very far. Now I'm following my hands with my eyes. A little bigger motion. Let's go the other way. So working with that vestibular system, with the eyes, with our proprioceptive system. And let's pause and just take a moment there. Bring legs back together. Notice how that made you feel. Is it more challenging when you move your head, or is it more challenging when your head and your eyes are fixed? Good questions. Okay, we're going to bring our feet back together. It's mountain pose, mountain pose. Let's inhale, circle and sweep the arms up. Keep eyes straight ahead. And as we exhale, we're going to float those arms right back down by your side. Okay, option here is to come up onto the toes next time. We'll lift both heels. So we'll inhale, circle, sweep, come on up. And exhale, come back down. So yeah, that's a little balance challenge right there, right? And this is where if you had that chair in front of you and you needed help, you could put one hand on the back of the chair and lift up, or both hands. It's all good. Okay, but we're gonna play with this sequence now. So when we inhale, let's take the arms up, let's lift the heels. And as we exhale, we're gonna lower the heels halfway and we'll take it to a little twist. So I'm gonna twist to my right, and then I'll come back to center, and then I'll twist to my left, okay? That's what's coming. So arms down, stand up tall, we're in our mountain pose. Let's inhale, circle and sweep the arms up, lift up the heels. Eyes are fixed forward. As we exhale, I'm gonna open my arms to the right, take a little twist, lower heels halfway, lower arms halfway. My head is still looking straight ahead. Inhale, arms come back up, heels lift, untwist. Exhale to the left. Lower heels halfway, eyes straight ahead. Inhale, come on back up, heels lift, arms lift. And exhale, float everything back down. Pause there, take a breath. We'll do that one more time just so we know what we're doing. We're looking straight ahead. We've got this little twist happening. There's a lot going on, and you can also feel your ankles doing some work. So that's another component of balance is strength, muscular strength. Okay, arms down. Let's try it again. Inhale, circle, sweep. Come on up. Gaze straight ahead. As we exhale, we're going to lower halfway, open to the right. I've got my gaze straight ahead. Inhale, lift heels, arms overhead. Exhale, open left. Lower halfway. Inhale, come on back up, untwist. Exhale, float everything back down. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. This time the option will be to look back at that back hand as you twist. Changes everything. Let's give it a try. Inhale, circle sweep, come on up onto the toes. As we exhale, we're going to open to the right, look back at that right hand, lower halfway. Come on back up, look straight ahead. Exhale, open to the left, look back at the left hand, lower halfway. Inhale, come on back up. Woo! Exhale, float everything back down. Moving my head and my eyes affects my balance, no question. We're going to do it one more time. Your option to either keep head straight ahead or to turn it. Let's give it a try. I'm going to try it again with turning my head. Inhale, circle and sweep. Come on up onto the toes. Exhale, open right. Option to do whatever you want with your head. Inhale, come on back up. Untwist. Exhale to the left. Look back, perhaps. Inhale back to center. Untwist. And exhale, lower everything back down to the floor. Yeah. Take a moment there. Shake out your feet maybe. See how those ankles are doing. And we're going to come to another balance pose. Again, this might be a good one to use your hand on back of the chair in front of you or hand on the wall if we need help with balance today. So I'm just going to be at this angle, I think is a good one. So I'm going to step my right foot forward a couple inches. It's maybe 2-3 inches in front of my left foot. And my feet are in two different channels. So I'm not on a balance beam, but I have 2 lanes here. On my next inhale, I'm going to take both arms up, lift the heels. Interesting. Now let's come on back down. We'll have some options here. So come on down. We're coming up onto the toes, but our feet are in a different place than before. If that is too much for you, even with the support of the wall or a chair, you can just lift up the front toes, or the front heel, sorry, lifting up the heel of the front foot and then lower. So we have some choices, but we're going to add on. So let's inhale, take the arms forward and up, come up onto the toes. Now my right foot's forward, so as I exhale, I'm going to bend that right knee, I'm going to bend both knees, lower my right arm just to shoulder height. Yes. Come on back up, straighten the legs, we're still on our toes. And then we're going to bring everything back down. Interesting, right? So again, if balance is an issue today, the inhale is going to bring the arms up and just that front knee lifts, that heel lifts, will lower. Come on back up. Arms float down, heel floats down, front heel floats down. So either way, we're going to keep going. Inhaling, coming up onto the toes. We'll lower that right arm. We'll bend the knees. A little bit of a squat here. Come back up. Heels come down, arms come down. 2 more. Slow, smooth breath. Now, does this work better with your head fixed? I'm going to say it does for me. That gazing point is very helpful. Last one. I'm keeping my eyes at the horizon or lower. Lower heels. Step forward and pause. Now we'll move to the other side. So we're going to step the left foot forward a few inches. It's about that much difference between my left heel and my right big toe. But again, two different channels. And let's just try lifting the heels the first time. So let's take the arms up, lift the heels, and then lower everything back down, really working to strengthen those ankles, right? Adjust what you need to. And now let's try it with that squat. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees, lower that arm halfway. Bend a little bit, doesn't have to be very far. Next inhale comes up, and we lower the heels, lower the arms. We know that the option is to just lift the front heel, so we'll try that this time. Inhale, take up the front heel and both arms. Exhale, take a little squat. Yes. Lift the arm up, straighten that back leg, and then float the arms down, put the heel down. Okay? We've got 3 more to go, however you want to do it. Come on up. I find it easier to keep that gaze fixed. Slow, easy movements. Last one. Float the arms down, float the heels down. Step your feet together. Okay. Again, chair could be in front of you. You could hold on to the chair if you need help, or you could keep the wall behind you. That's another good one to start. And then we're going to have to move away from the wall. But to begin with, let's stand in our mountain pose. We're going to shift our weight into the left leg. Open the right leg, right arm out to the right, and let's take the left arm up and out. So a one-legged balance pose. And then return. And we're going to switch to the other side. So now weight goes into the right leg, left arm, go out to the side, and that right arm goes up and away. And come back. Now, I'm keeping my gaze fixed. I'm also keeping my entire leg active because that helps me lift it. Let's switch again. Weight in left leg, lift up right leg. So the more I keep this leg active, the easier it is to lift. Rather than if it was just soft, let's flex the foot, engage the leg, bring it back down. Other side. And come on back. Let's do one more in each direction. Yeah, notice what that feels like. And then pause. Notice sensations in the hips. Okay, so this would be the part where if you're leaning on the wall, let's come away from the wall because we're going to play with that lifted leg, bringing it in front of us and then perhaps behind us. come to mountain pose. Let's take the right leg out to the right. Let's take both arms out wide. See what this feels like now. And then we're going to cross that leg in front of us, cross the arms in front of us. Yes. Take the leg out, arms wide. Can you take the leg behind you, arms in front? So you can bend your knee, take it back there. Open wide. Try it again. So we're balancing on one leg and we're moving. And maybe we're remembering to switch the cross of the arms in front of us to put a different one on top each time. That's extra. Let's do one more to the back. And then bring the leg back next to its partner. Bring the arms down. Shake out your standing leg. Take a moment to look around. Move the eyes. Notice what you're seeing. Notice where you are. Notice colors, shapes, things around you, things close, things far. And we're going to do the other side. So, mountain pose, the weight's going to shift into the right leg. We extend left leg out to the side, both arms out to the side. We're standing up tall here. Strong ankles, right? And then we're going to cross the leg and both arms in front of us, going across that midline. And then open wide again. Cross the leg behind you. It might require you to bend your knee. That's fine. We're balancing on one leg. Come in front and take it behind. And front and behind. It's challenging. Now go wide and then bring the leg down, bring the arms down. Shake out that standing leg, move around a bit, move your eyes around a bit. Check in with how these things feel in the body, these movements, these sequences. Okay, so now we're going to use the seat of our chair. Again, I don't want you to have to move furniture, so if you need to walk around to the other side, do that. Moving to the seat of our chair, we're going to look at the seat of our chair. I'm about a foot away. I'm going to soften into my knees, bring my hands to the seat of the chair. Hands to the seat of the chair. Long spine. My gaze now is fixed probably between the two pointer fingers and about a few inches up. Let's bring our legs a little bit closer together and extend right leg behind us. So here's a balance posture. And then bring that leg back down. Knees are soft. Other side, and return. Let's try that again. Right leg, and return. And let's try the left leg, and return. Now we're going to add on, always optional, maybe bring your hands a little bit closer together. Let's take right leg back and perhaps extend left arm. Could be out to the side, could be in front. And we'll stay here and try and make 3 smooth breaths here. And then bring your hand back down, bring that leg back down. Maybe wiggle those hips a bit. And we're going to go to the other side. So left leg extends behind us. Toes could be on the ground if that's what we need today. No problem. Still a balance posture. And then the option would be to extend the right arm away. So we have left leg, right arm. Long spine, my gaze is fixed on the seat of the chair. 3 smooth, even breaths. And then bring your hand back down. When you've completed that, bring your leg back down. Maybe do a little wiggle and jiggle here. Transfer the hands to the thighs. Knees are soft. Let's push into the feet and come back up to standing. Shake out the arms. Shake out the hips. Maybe shake out the legs. And check in with how you feel. Now, because we're working balance, we did a lot of left, a lot of right. 1, 1, 1. So let's take 3 nice, easy sun breaths. Keep the heels down. Inhale, circle and sweep the arms up. Gaze can be up or wherever you want it. Let the exhale bring the arms back. Just bringing some symmetry back into our body. Inhale. And float down. Last one. And float those arms right back down by your side. Okay, now we're going to come back to the seat of our chair. So we're going to sit down. Please just move to where your chair is and I'll join you. We're back in our chairs. I've connected my feet to the earth again with my yoga block. And I'm going to sit back, turn the palms up, let the shoulders come down from your ears. The invitation here is to soften or close your eyes. You can get rid of all of that visual distraction if you like. And let's tune into the breath again. See if you can smooth it out. And take a moment right now to notice how your physical body feels. How was balance today? Please know that it's different every day. It depends on so many factors. We were just focused on 3, but there are a lot of other external factors that affect your balance as well, including the weather. So we can always try again. Now let's wiggle our fingers a little bit and wiggle our toes. And we'll stack those palms back at heart center and recall the intention that we set at the beginning of our class. And then we'll release those hands. We'll slide to the edge of our chair, putting our feet directly on the earth, connecting directly to the earth. Let's bring palms together in front of heart center. Tuck your chin and thank yourself. Thank yourself for taking time today to practice yoga and practice balancing. And thanks so much for allowing me to guide you. Stay well, my friends. I will see you again soon.